on, guys? Wiggy here, workingclassfitness.com. And, I want to talk a little bit about what a smart and good MMA strength training routine would look like. When it comes to getting stronger, so many people are just obsessed with their 1 rep max, or what their max, like some people call it. What can they do for 1 rep? How much can they bench? How much can they squat? How much can they deadlift? And all that stuff is cool and it's fun. But unless you are a competitive lifter, you're a power lifter or an Olympic lifter or something else like that, or you just kind of get wrapped up in wanting to know for yourself, or brag to your buddies or whatever, which I fully admit I've been there before, and I used to be that way. Unless you're in one of those scenarios, it really doesn't matter. There's very little in real life, and even less in the cage, that you will ever have a situation in which you just have to put in maximal effort just that one time, and that's it. So while improving how much you can do once is a good idea and is cool, and it shows you, oh yes, you're progressing or whatever, it's actually not what's most beneficial for a fighter, and it's not a real good MMA strength training routine. Instead, what I would rather see guys do is actually work on getting stronger for reps, maybe a 3 rep max or a 5 rep max. Doing types of workouts that have you doing, that working with a lot of weight in comparison to your 1 rep max, but doing it for reps, for doing it for a lot of sets, a lot of overall volume in total. So that way you get good at exerting that much force or producing that much strength, and doing it over and over and over again, so that you can not only do it that many times, but you don't need a ton of rest. It doesn't totally zap your nervous system, so that you're not just saying, okay, I'm going to exert maximum strength or near maximum power once, and then I'm done. That's what's actually usable in the real world for regular guys. That's what's usable in the cage for fighters. Because if you're going to get strong, you're never just going to do it once and that's it. I'll give you an example. I actually got an email, believe it or not, from a girl who's doing my main fighter workout. She's in university. She's doing a doctorate studies here in the UK. But she got a hold of me and said she was actually just at the end of her 3rd week, and she'd actually increased her bench max by 5 kilograms, roughly 11 pounds American, and which was cool, and she was really happy about that. But as I got to talking to her a little bit more, I found out that just during her normal everyday workouts, she was actually using anywhere between 85 and 90% of what that 1 rep max was for sets and reps. So she was doing it for a lot, which is not only really good there, but the really extraordinary thing was that she said she never felt like she was putting in more than about 60 or 70% effort. So, if you look at it, here's somebody that's taking and lifting 85 to 90% of their max, but is only having to put in 60 to 70% effort, and is doing it time and time and time and time again, because she's doing it for a lot of sets and a lot of reps. So imagine that kind of strength and how that's applicable in the real world, how that's applicable in the cage, and you get an idea of what a real MMA strength training routine should look like. So, in fact, if you want to see what an example of the kind of stuff that I do and that I recommend to fighters, I've got a video coming up here at the end of this. You'll see a thing you can click on, a link. You can go check out that next video. Check that out. That'll tell you how to get an example of it. Or there's a link actually underneath this video. You can click on that. That'll take you to that video, and you can see that as well. So, hope that helps. Hope that taught you something. If there's another video you'd like me to create or something you'd like to know, let me know, and we'll talk to you soon. Train hard, rest hard, play hard.
Boss badass bleed.